In 1959, the U.S. Mint quietly released a new design for the 1-cent coin, replacing the famous wheat ears reverse with the Lincoln Memorial. To most Americans, it was just another penny. But beneath its copper surface was a legacy that would outlive generations. Designed to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin was more than currency. It was a message, a tribute carved in copper, celebrating freedom, unity, and the memory of one of the most iconic presidents in American history. The obverse featured the enduring bust of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. The reverse showed the Lincoln Memorial in exquisite detail. If you look closely, you can even see Lincoln seated inside. These cents were minted using 95% copper, which already gives them an edge over today's zinc pennies. But what most people don't know is that within these common cents, a few were born different, and those few are now worth more than anyone could ever imagine. The minting period between 1959 and 1982 was anything but ordinary. America experienced civil rights protests, the moon landing, the Cold War, and more, and throughout it all, the Lincoln cent was quietly circulating, picking up stories along the way. Errors happened, and those errors created legends. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, small date variations, transitional metal strikes. Coins that should have never made it out of the mint, did. And today, they are the treasures collectors hunt relentlessly. The 1969 doubled die obverse is one such treasure. At first glance, it looks normal. But tilt it right, and you'll see the doubling in the words, liberty, and, in God we trust. Only a few dozen known. One sold for over $35,000. The 1972 double die is another mystery. Often overlooked by everyday users, these cents can fetch thousands when properly graded. Again, a simple mistake during the hubbing process gave birth to a multi-million-dollar market. Then came 1982, a chaotic transition year. The U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc due to rising metal costs. But not all coins followed the rules. Some 1982 pennies were accidentally struck in copper, and only a few of those had the small date variety. One such coin, the 1982 D small date copper penny, caused a storm. Just one example is known to exist. It was found by a collector who didn't even realize what he had until years later. Certified by PCGS, it sold for over $18,000. But experts believe there are more out there, still hidden in old coin jars, desk drawers, and forgotten boxes. Another prized variation is the 1959 D wheat reverse cent, a coin that shouldn't exist, yet somehow does. Instead of the Lincoln Memorial, it has the wheat reverse from the earlier series. A possible minting experiment or error? No one knows for sure. These accidental survivors are priceless because they combine rarity, historical context, and government mystery, the perfect storm for collectors, museums, and even black market buyers. Over the years, the Lincoln Memorial cent has become one of the most studied coins in American numismatics. Every letter, every die crack, every smudge, examined under microscopes. Its importance isn't just about errors. It's also a cultural symbol. Lincoln stood for unity during America's most divided hour. To have his face on the most circulated coin in the country is no accident. It's powerful. Millions of these coins exist. But only a few have the traits that turn copper into gold, or in this case, into something far more valuable. Collectors have traded Lincoln cents for decades, but the surge in coin grading, auction exposure, and social media has skyrocketed the interest and price in recent years. Coins that were once ignored are now breaking records. And then there's one coin, a mythical prototype believed to have been struck by a private die engraver during the copper-zinc transition. Its whereabouts are unknown. No image, no grade, just whispers. Value, $250 billion plus and still rising. That's not a typo. According to leading numismatic circles and secret auction interest, the rumored coin, a 1974 D copper penny prototype struck in gold alloy by mistake, is believed to be worth over $250 billion if verified. Not just for rarity, but because it represents a lost part of U.S. monetary history. The legend says it was struck, confiscated, then smuggled abroad during an international mint show. No official documentation exists, but multiple high-level collectors confirm a single sighting in Zurich, Switzerland, nearly 30 years ago. Some say it was melted. Others say it's buried in a vault under a European bank. A few believe it belongs to a billionaire collector who swore never to sell it. Whether it exists or not, the myth of this coin has fueled a new generation of Lincoln cent hunters, and inspired people worldwide to search their spare change with fresh eyes. One thing's for sure, the Lincoln Memorial cent is more than just a penny. It's history, it's hope, it's a quiet icon of American identity, and possibly, the world's most valuable mistake. So the next time you see a humble 1-cent coin, don't toss it aside. Hold it up. Look at the date. Feel its weight. Because you never know, you might just be holding the most valuable coin ever created.